Today we are doing the most advanced full body health scan. It is an MRI through Prenuvo. I'm gonna show you what the experience is like, how we go in there with testing, what they're gonna give us, and then finally what my results are and what I've learned. So let's head inside. Now, first part of the experience was we get to walk in, you check in at the front desk, and it just feels like a very high-end doctor's office. I love the aesthetic, the energy. They have a whole bunch of books. I was like, I love that book. I love that author. All about longevity, mastering your health, sleep, and everything like that. They took me to a back room.
So you'll be right in here breathing.
All right. Needs my favorite number. And then just put on the scrubs.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna put you in room 2.
They said, sorry, this one's too big. We're gonna put you in a smaller one.
Yeah, that's better for someone else. Yeah.
Okay, no worries.
And then you're gonna get undressed. Everything comes off. Underwear, boxers, that can stay on. We've got scrubs for you there. Top and bottom go on. You can keep your socks on. Just put the booties over the socks.
Okay, and take all gadgets off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Sounds
You're
good.
all set.
3, 2, 1. Oh, forgot this gadget.
Follow me.
Finally, you head over to the scanner and there's a technician who will kind of walk you through what the experience will be like. Make sure not to wear any metal. Sometimes I do wear a continuous glucose monitor, so I made sure this week not to put it in because I was doing the scan. I feel like I have something on me. I'm like, is there?
You want to double check? You can watch Netflix while you're in here. Is there anything you'd like me to put on for you?
Yeah, can I watch episode 4 of Tour de France?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I knew nothing about all these cyclists, but I've been very curious since I started to learn about Pogacar and Zone 2 training.
At age 23, he's a 2-time defending champion of the Tour de France.
His coach is like the godfather of Zone 2, so I wanted to understand what the Tour de France was all about.
Zone 2 or Z2, right? I started using it like about 25 years ago.
Very interesting stuff. Definitely watching it this year.
Like this over your chest.
What this person helped me do was make sure that I was in a position where I would not move, because I think if you move anytime during the scan, it can blur some of the imagery. So she placed some pads over my legs, my chest.
And I'm just gonna have your legs together. Good. We're gonna place some sandbags next to them. This is gonna help keep the face.
And then a kind of helmet type of thing with headphones on.
See you in a bit.
Then once I land inside, there's a mirror that will reflect the screen that I was looking at, so I was able to see what was going on, as well as I had headphones on to hear the audio. The audio wasn't the best quality and the headphones were a little bit tight, you know, they're pressing up against my ears and it hurt just a little bit. And then the mirror was just tilted a little bit off, where like a couple inches of the screen was cut off, so it wasn't the ideal viewing experience, but it allowed me to kind of disconnect that I'm inside this massive machine and I can't move anywhere, and I would probably get claustrophobic if I didn't have that little screen. And then while you're laying in the machine, it goes ka-dunk, ka-dunk, ka-dunk. Yes, you can't move your body. Yes, you're stuck inside, but that's okay. She gave you a little button that I was holding in my hand and I could press if I freaked out or anything went wrong.
I'm gonna have you lift your head a little. Good.
People do this by choice. I guess I was one of them.
Yeah. You're okay? You dizzy?
I think just laying down for so long.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Woo. I did it.
You did it.
Alright, just finished the full body scan MRI. How long was that?
1 hour 15.
It felt longer. Yeah, like I had to not move, and then there's breathing exercises where if you breathe in and then breathe out and then hold your breath. And there's some moments where like I was like, I'm about to breathe. So I don't know if that messed up the scan and made it take longer. So let's go grab some snacks because I had to be fasted. We did this in the morning. I just had a little bit of coffee to clear my bowels, black. That's it. And yeah, I haven't eaten, so I was like hungry in there. I was thirsty. My throat feels dry because I haven't drank water. And they had some caffeine, they had drinks, they had snacks, and I was like, this is amazing. I really need something right now, so it was just nice to have a little bit of snack and a cold brew coffee to hold me over. After we finished the snacks, we walked out to the front desk. She let us know that I'll get my results in about a week. I really just wanted them right then and there. But hey, I'm not that famous. All right, so I was in the machine and I couldn't talk to the technicians, but Colt talked to the technicians. What did they tell you?
So they have 2 machines right now. Guy that was behind us, there's like another tech. He does like the readings live. So by the time you are done with your scan, you like get your results, I think, already.
Damn, so we we have to wait 5 to 10.
It seemed like the nicest MRI that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for $2,500 out of pocket, it better be nice.
Better be.
I didn't use anyone's discount code or anything.
So if you're smart, use a discount code.
I did pay for this myself, full price, $2,500 out of my pocket. I am not making any money, but I did send multiple messages to Prenuvo, and I was able to get all of you a discount. So use the link down below. That will save you some money, and it does not support the channel. You can Venmo me the difference. Don't do that, I'm joking. Then the results officially came in. I was notified my results had arrived. I got a phone call from a nurse letting them know that I'm gonna schedule a call with them the next day.
Sherman.
Yes, this is him.
We'll give you a 20-page PDF, correct?
Yes. And then I just started to go through the PDF. I was like, oh my God, there's so many things wrong with me. Am I dying? Am I dying? But I had to wait 24 hours to get the official conversation with the Prenuvo experts.
The brain volume is normal for your age. They're not finding any lesions or growth within the brain tissue.
And I use kind of like this preventative advanced doctor's office as well in New York City called Forward Health. That'll be linked down below as well if you want to use that. And they also sent this PDF to my primary care doctor there. So I was able to schedule a second call with my Forward doctor as well. Both the Prenuvo nurse and my primary care doctors read the PDF to me. I was like, I can read this. This is great, wonderful. I don't understand half the words, but thank you for reading it to me. But the best part, I think, was that I could ask them questions. I have a big nose, and I was like, why can't I breathe through it?
Because the deviation in the septum, you know, the middle cartilage portion of the nostril, it's deviated. So one nostril is smaller than the other, so you are basically breathing from one nostril. Probably that's your problem. But if you go to an ENT and if they fix it, it'll open up both the nostrils, you know, and the airway will become more equalized and you won't have this.
It showed that I had a deviated septum. There were a lot of minor findings in terms of like, you know, my spine shows wear and tear. So the biggest like recommendation was just making sure I'm stretching and doing strength training, right? Having long and strong muscles around my torso. A little thing in my lungs, potentially from pneumonia or lung scarring. Already from these results, I was like, what? I'm dying.
Why are you dying?
Sorry, boys.
Do you have testicular cancer?
You're gonna have to find a new dad.
No.
I had a cyst on my spleen, cyst on my testicles.
Oh, that Tomcat Ali made too many cysts on my testicles.
Link in description.
Please don't buy supplements unless you consult your doctor first.
Cysts can occur in multiple parts of the body. Again, for no apparent reason at all. With a follow-up Prenuvo scan, they'll certainly follow this as well, but it's otherwise benign, nothing that we need to do for it.
Will I still be able to have children?
Yeah.
Okay. And my lymph nodes were like swollen or small or something like that. I had some fluid in my pelvis. And lastly, it said that I had a lot of stress around my shins, which could be shin splints. And that's where I was like, oh no, this running journey is causing shin splints. I better be careful. Maybe this is why the area around my calf, shins, and ankles hurts.
Basically kind of like that continued impact on the shins that cause the issue for us. So allowing the body to recover from it is going to be ideal. And then again, stretching before and after to try to prevent it from flaring up again.
So overall, I learned that most of my systems are in a great condition, and there are certain areas in my body that I need to be mindful about. When I did this consultation with my doctor at Forward Health, she was like, yeah, we actually have a lot of people that come from Prenuvo and share these results. It comes in waves.
It'll be like kind of like dull for a while that I don't have a lot of these visits, and then you are like, I think my third one in a week now that I've done these
through Prenuvo.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're all through Prenuvo, and it's like we don't have any affiliation with Prenuvo, but yeah, they're all through Prenuvo. This is the big one that I see people do because I mean it really gives you a look at the entire body as a whole. So people like it for that reason, especially for like preventive reasons. So that way, if there's anything abnormal there, they can kind of look at it and go from there.
This just seemed like something if you can't afford it. It's very fascinating to get these results and data, but also with this data, you can be like, oh my God, there's so many things wrong with me. My spine is degrading. I can't do anything. No more deadlifts. So it's just being mindful. Use the data, look at it, understand it. A lot of people will have findings. Like I had minor scoliosis, but people are able to operate in the world with a lot of these things. So just because you see something on the scan doesn't mean your life is over, because most of the time, these experts will go over it with you and say, hey, this is there. Just something to keep in mind. We'll look at it at the next scan, and we'll hope that you pay $2,500 every single year for the rest of your life. It's a great business model.
You're young and healthy, which makes it easier when we go through your test results too, because it's not a lot of findings there, kind of just benign findings here and there. So
Okay, cool. There are certain areas where I will be more mindful. That's with running, anything that involves my spine. I love experimenting and testing all these advanced medical things out there. And as a regular person like you, I'm gonna share my honest thoughts. So if you wanna see more of those videos, check them out. They'll be linked down below. I wanna make a video on forward health, smart dentist. Turn on your notifications if you wanna see future videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at ShermanShares. We'll see you in the next video.
Today we're about to do a full body MRI scan at... Oh, I somehow always tend to go to B&H.